long-term talk on what it's like actually living with these things. And we'll start with the Viperccino. The Viperccino, because this is up there with my favourite of all-time cars, along with the Sunny truck. Better let it cool up first. So, is it practical? Well, yes, actually. It does have a glove box. It's got a almost useless, I mean, you can fit your phone in here, or a photograph that somebody took of my car down in Melbourne. Oh, you can fit your phone in there. You can fit, I can fit a, let's get around this corner, drive and talk at the same time, like a glasses case you can fit in there. So that's actually quite handy. Fuel consumption wise, seeing as it's got a 660cc engine. Oh, it's got a turbo on it. Not a very big turbo, but it's a turbo. And it weighs 725 kilos, so it's going to obviously be pretty good on fuel. I have taken it on a couple of long trips, once up to Tea Gardens, sort of mid-north coast, up that way, which is a sort of 2 or 3 hour drive. And just recently I took it down to Melbourne for the Classic Japan show, which is something I quite like to do. It's quite comfortable. You can take the roof off if you want, as long as you don't have anything in the boot. That's your choice. You either have something in the boot and the roof on, or you have nothing in the boot and the roof off, or you can put that stuff in the passenger seat. You can fit a small squashy bag in the boot. I did have quite a large squashy bag and it just didn't fit, so I got a smaller one, and that goes in quite nicely, and fit, a hat and a toothbrush, 2 pairs of underpants. No, you can actually, like, I stayed there. I went down on Friday and I came back on Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3-day weekend. You can take it away for that. It's actually not bad on long trips. It would be better with cruise control, obviously, but like at the end of the day, it's a sports car. So, it's for sporty driving, and I did bring it back via some pretty windy roads, almost deserted roads, which was fantastic. I really did have a good time. Downsides, well, I've got to say, the glove, not a downside, the glove box is fairly generous in this, and you can put stuff on the floor. If you've got somebody else in here, it's a little bit tricky. It doesn't have a lot of room. It feels roomy until you shut the door, and then that's up against your shoulder. So it's actually, it's a tiny car. It's absolutely tiny. The downsides, it is quite stiffly suspended, but then again, it's a sports car, so it's going to be stiffly suspended. The interior light is down here. I don't know if you can see that. It's completely useless, and you do knock it like into the don't work button. It needs one up here somewhere. I don't know, maybe I can come up with a clip on. You just press and, because like that is completely useless. Completely useless. And it does have, like, it's got a spare tyre in the boot. It's a space saver, as you'd expect. It's not a full size, but it'll, and there's a jack, and there's jack handles, there's a couple of tools. So you can, if you get a flat, you can get out of the, scared like last night. I didn't actually, I'm just getting old and tired. I need to do some more exercise, too much sitting on my backside, that's the problem. But yeah, it's got everything in the boot, so like, it is quite a practical car. The spare parts are not too bad. There's a couple of things that are getting hard to get. I mean, this is from 1992, so it's a 32-year-old car. It's more than 30 years old. places like, you know, there's still quite a few places, because they were sold in England, there's quite a following for them over in England. The Americans can get a hold of them now. They're all after AZ1s though. AZ1s are cool. I got to have a drive of Daniel's one when I was down in Victoria. It's punchier than this at the moment. It was on like 10-year-old tyres. So as soon as it rained, as soon as you hit boost, yeah. So, but having the engine out the back is not as well balanced as this. This is just terrific. Balance-wise, it's just. And as I found on the weekend, up through these curly deserted roads, you know, going up mountains and through Alpine Way and all that sort of stuff, it's hilarious. It is so much fun on a bit of curvy road. I doubt that there is a much better car. It's not massively fast, but the thing about that is you don't really have to slow down for the corners. So upsides are huge. They are really coming up in price, unfortunately. The other thing this has got is it's got tilt steering on it, so you can make a bit more room. And people over my height, I'm 5'8". I don't know what that is in centimeters. 168. I don't know. Hey Google. But yeah, over that, like Ben from BCW, Benny, he loves these things. What he does is he takes the door handle off, and you know, with the steering wheel all the way, and a smaller steering wheel does help with getting in and out. The other downside is, and there's only really the two, which is that crappy, well, three. No cruise control. It's a 30-year-old sports car. The interior light, which is garbage. There's no other word for it. It's completely useless. You're almost better off not having it. And the other one is, and I've complained about this one before, is getting in and out, which is not a problem if you can get the door all the way open. If you can't get the door all the way open, then, and this has caught me out in the car park a couple of times, you can't get your foot out because you're actually quite down in the car. And against, I have to say, against the AZ1, because of those gull wing doors, the sill is actually about this much higher than the seat, whereas this one, it's parallel. It's the same height as the seat, so getting in and out isn't bad. It's just that front corner. With the AZ1, there's a little bit more room getting it out. I have jumped into Marty's Copen, and that's got heaps of room. That's like Marty can fit in it. Martin doesn't really fit into this car. His knees are up against the steering wheel. You know, the parents he picked were too tall, so I picked the right size one for this type of car. And if you're much over 5'8", you're going to have a bit of a problem. I have a long body and short legs too, so that does help. I mean, I do have a little bit of headroom still. But yeah, I don't know what the fuel consumption figures are. I'll have to actually work that out. I might do that. I think God knows what they are. You know those city country cycle, whatever, highway cycle that you get from the manufacturer. That's bullshit. There's my Spacio is supposed to do 3 point something or other, and I haven't seen anything under about 5.5 or 5 litres per 100, which is not a lot, I've got to say. It's very, very little. This probably uses a bit more for the simple reason is you're putting your foot down more because it's more fun. Like, it's hilarious. So yeah, if you're in the market for a cappuccino, what you need to look out for on them is this traffic's really crap. I've got nothing else to do except talk into the camera. This does use more than the what does it? Than the Spacia. This is Spacia's like a couple of 100 kilos heavier than this because it's physically, well, it's not physically, footprint wise it's about the same because it's a K car. This isn't actually, speaking of which, this isn't technically a K car anymore because it's both longer and wider than the K car dimensions because of the flares and because of the Viper front and back on it. It's actually, yeah, longer and wider. but it's still supremely easy to park. Actually, that's another downside. When you park, you've got to park not all the way into the car park in shopping centres and whatnot, because you'll see people come down and it looks like you know, it's like when you're coming down to a car park and there's a motorbike parked in there, but the people sort of pull and go, oh, there's a car there. Yeah, it's bright red with stripes, but you know, you should be able to see it. But that's because you're so low down, if you get like dual cabs and whatnot, you know, overloaded ones with the headlights pointing, you don't even need the headlights pointing upwards, they shine straight into the window, down the freeway in the morning or at night, you know. So luckily it's got the dimmable rear vision mirror, which makes things handy. But like, for some reason, people like to sit on your ass, like sit right up your butt. I don't know why, whether they think it's slow. This car is not slow at all. It's not super fast, but it's quick, and it's sort of, you're not going too fast. You could be sitting on like 115 or 120 on the freeway, and some, you know, you're passing a line of cars and somebody will come and sit on your backside. I don't know if that's because it's so small, people think it's further away, but that's what they do. I don't know why. Well, they're trying to get close enough to figure out what it is. But like, you know, okay, you pull up close and have a bit of a look and then you drop back. No, people just sit. Like, mostly tradies and bloody dual cabs, they're just a classic for it. But that doesn't matter what vehicle you're in, they're going to do that. So, but people do tend to sit on the backside of this. So yeah, which is a bit of a pain, but it's hilarious to drive. It's probably, well, it's not probably, it is the most fun car I've ever owned to drive. That simple. Black and white. It really is fun. So yeah, values have come up. Once upon a time you could pick these up for about 6 or 7 grand. Not anymore. You need to be aware if you're in the buying market for it. For a good one, you're probably looking at 20 plus these days. And you know, by the same token, you know, low K models, cars like to be driven, so everything's being worked and the rubbers aren't going hard, and you know, things are being used and pressurized and depressurized, so it keeps things supple. If you know, oh well, we've got, you know, a 30-year-old car that's only ever done 20,000 Ks, it's been sitting in a garage for how long, you know? So you've got to worry about that. But I was lucky with this one. It had done 60,000 Ks, so you know, it done a reasonable amount over its 30 years, and it was just in exceptional condition. It still is. It's fabulous. So and I change the oil on it about every 5,000. So as soon as the clock, I don't have a sticker anymore. When the clock here says either a 0 or a 5, bam, oil and filter. I change the air filter every second one. It's got a Iridium plug, so they don't need to be changed very often at all. Or at all. But yeah, if you're in the market for one, rust is the big one. Underneath, things are fairly thinly coated in paint. So 3 workout finished. What, from throwing back and forth through the gears. But yeah, lovely notchy little gear stick. On the limit, this will understeer. I don't know if that's helped by the 2-way limited slip diff this has, but yeah, you punch it into a corner really quick. If you overcook it, it will understeer rather than flick oversteer. It's supremely chuckable. A bit like those limits are going to be going fairly quick. Oil over Australia, so like a 5W30 or a 0W30 will do it. Very easy to get. The oil filters are easy to get. The The air filters are easy to get. There's no excuse. Tyre wise, I mean, this is a 30-year-old car. Tyre wise, like very little wear. It wears the rears more because of that tight diff that I've got in it. But it's run at 185 60 14, a sticky one, Dunlop SP, and because it's so light on its feet, they really don't wear out tyres. And the other thing is the brakes. I asked Ben Neal once, BCW, Benny from Benny's Custom Works again, asked him once about like what do I need to do with brake pads and whatnot, brake pads and discs, and he said I've never changed them because they don't wear out. It's got good four-wheel disc brakes on it. The car doesn't weigh anything, so they just don't wear out. You know, this, I would say this has got the original pads on it, and they're about halfway through after 30 years. So there are a lot of advantages to these cars. The disadvantages, of course, is it's small inside. As a daily back and forth, you know, it really is very good. There's some reason to pop the roof off if you want, and enjoy the sunshine, which we don't have today. We're actually moving. People like to cut you off in it too. You think, oh, small car, I'll just like cut in front of him, he's alright. Like this Dan's going to do in a minute. So, you know, I know he's going to do it, so yeah, and there he goes. Just got to be aware of this stuff. It's more like you've got to be aware of this stuff because it is a very small car. I mean, I wouldn't like to be in an accident in it. You'd probably have to be cut out of the damn thing. But you having, like, I was brought up on motorbikes, so you learn to ride defensively, and in this you drive defensively. And in this day and age, like, everybody should be doing, just thinking everybody else out on the road is out to kill him, because they are. They're just not paying attention. This has been better since I painted it red with white stripes. When it was that silvery colour and bits of black on it, I swear people just didn't see it. So a lot of the time I drove around with the lights on. In this one, it's bright. You can actually, which I noticed. We went up to Newcastle to do a car show. I was in the Sunny truck and my daughter was in this, and you really can see it from a long way away. It sticks out like a sore thumb, which is a good thing. So yeah, if you're going to buy one of these, get a bright one that people can see, you know, bright orange or yellow or something. Silvery ones are hard to see. If you've got a silver one, drive around with your lights on because people can't see it. But yeah, all in all, the ownership experience as a daily, very, very good. Great on petrol, light on everything, light on tyres, on wear and tear. It just doesn't. They are getting hard to get, so the prices are going up, and they will continue to rise as these get harder and harder to get. This one's worth more because there's only one Viperccino, and this is it. There's other cars with bits on it, but this is the only complete package. It's also the fastest and the quickest Viperccino on the planet. From 1992. But yeah, if you're in the market for one, like, if you ever get the chance to drive one of them, please do drive. If you ever get the chance to drive one of these, please do. They are hilarious. They are such a fun car to drive. But you know, sitting here, it's a bit like looking out of a letterbox. But you know, the upsides far outweigh the downsides. The air conditioning is very good. I've got it on at the moment because it's really quite humid outside. Being a 660cc car, you will notice when it turns on and off though, because it's going to slow you down. Alrighty, I think the next one we'll do will be the Spacia. Long-term ownership of a Suzuki Spacia, because I've had that for over a year now. I bought it in October 23. That's the next one. Thanks for watching and listening to me ramble. I've got nothing else to do on these longer drives. I've got to drive to Castle Hill, which has been over an hour, and I've only just made it out of Milperra. George's Hall at the moment, and I've still got some hours to go, some chunk of the hour to go. All right, thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe, which I should have said at the start, but I always forget. And we will see you next time on the Barrel Brothers channel. Thanks for watching. Don't do anything stupid.